दुकूलं नेत्रं ते सहचर कटाक्षं विदधते सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दः वनवसति लीला परिचयो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथ गामी भवतु मे। मोहाम्बोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिरे नीलशिखरे वसन् प्रासादान्त सहजवळ भद्रेण वळिना सुभद्रामध्यस्थः सकलसुर सेवावसरदो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। कृपा पारावारो सजल जलदो श्रेणी रुचिरो रमावाणी राम स्फुरदमल पद्मै क्षण सुख सुरेन्द्रैराराध्यो श्रुतिगणशिखा गीतचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। रथारूढो गच्छन् पथि मिलितभूदेवपटलैः स्तुतिर्पादोर्भावं प्रतिपदमुपाकर्ण्य सदयः दयार्सिन्धोर्बन्धोः सकलजगतां सिन्धुसुतया जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। परं ब्रह्मा पीढो कुवलयदल फुल्लनयनो निवासी नीलाद्रौ निहितचरणम् अनन्तशिरसि रसानन्दो राधा सरसवपुरा लिङ्गनसुखो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। वैरपार्थं राज्यं न च कनकमाणिक्यविभवं न जाचेऽहं रम्यां निखिलजनकाम्यां वरवधू सदा काले काले प्रमथपतीनां गीतचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। हरत्वं संसारं द्रुततरम सारं सुरपते हरत्वं पापानां विततिमपरां जादवपते अहो दीने नाथे निहितचरणौ निश्चितपदम् जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयनपथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयनपथगामी भवतु मे
अष्टकम सरला स्टार्ट करें
କହିଲେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଆସୁଛି ଶୁଣିପାରୁଛ?
हाँ
ଓକେ। ଓମ୍ ନୀଳାଚଳ ନିବାସାୟ ନିତ୍ୟାୟ ପରମାତ୍ମନେ ବଳଭଦ୍ର ସୁଭଦ୍ରାଭ୍ୟଂ ଶ୍ରୀ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥାୟ ते नमः। जय जगन्नाथ। नमस्कार to all the devotees present today। ଆମେ ଆଜିର ପ୍ରୋଗ୍ରାମ ଷ୍ଟାର୍ଟ କରିବା। ଆପଣ ଜାଣନ୍ତି ଯେ ଏଇ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଶ୍ରୀ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ସତ୍ସଙ୍ଗ every month we do it on third Saturday of the month, and today is the third Saturday for February, and we have been doing this over 2 years continuously without any stop. Thank you for joining all the events, all the programs. This is this shows like your devotion towards Lord Jagannath and your love towards Sri Jagannath culture and your interest to learn more about Sri Jagannath, which is now spreading all over the world. If you know, like I think a couple days ago, our Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, opened a new temple in Abu Dhabi, and there also I found they have installed Sri Jagannath, Balabhadra, Subhadra, and Sudarshan. Puri Maharaj was there. So that shows how Sri Jagannath culture is spreading all over the world. And this is our small effort to discuss about Sri Jagannath, to know about Sri Jagannath, its culture, its value, through this satsang. And today we have a very good speaker also to talk about Sri Jagannath. And you know, this program satsang is organized by Sri Jagannath Society of Greater Chicago and Sri Jagannath Chaitanya group together. Now, without spending more time, we will move to our next event of the program. That's starting the program with a very good bhajan by Mr. Nihar Parida. So, Nihar, hand over to you.
थैंक यू भाईना मो कथा सुबुची मते खाली गीत आसले खाली थम्स अप देबे भाईना थैंक यू जीवन पाहाच सरी आसिलाणी बाईसी पाहाच रही बाकी हो 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 ओ हो हो जीवन पाहाच सरी आसिलाणी बाईसी पाहाच रही बाकी हो 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 ओ हो हो सते की चढ़ी थोरे से पाहाच सते की चढ़ी थोरे से पाहाच आखिरे देखी से चौकाखी हो 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 জীবন পাহাচ খসড়া ভারি পড়ি উঠি মু যে আসিছি ছড়ি বাইশি পাহাচ পুণ্যর সিঁড়ি শূন্য স্বর্গকু ହେଇଛି ବେଡ଼ି ସତେ କି ଚଢ଼ିବି ସେଇ ସିଢ଼ି ଥରେ ସତେ କି ଚଢ଼ିବି ସେଇ ସିଢ଼ି ଥରେ ସରଗ ସୁଖରେ ହେବି ମୁଁ ଖୁସି ହୋ 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 পাপর গণ্ঠিলি চালে মু ধরি এ মায়া সংসারু হেবাকু পারি চাহিবিনি আউ পছকু ফেরি শেষ আশা মোর বৈকুণ্ঠ পুরী সতে কি বসিবি সেই বৈকুণ্ঠে সতে কি বসিবি সেই বৈকুণ্ঠে পাপি পথিক মু পড়িছি থকি হো 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 জীবন পাহাচ সরি আসিলানি বাইশি পাহাচ রহিছি বাকি হো 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 সতে কি চঢ়িবি থরে সে পাহাচ সতে কি চঢ়িবি থরে সে পাহাচ আখিরে দেখিবি সে চকাখি হো 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 জয় জগন্নাথ।
I think you are in mute.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I said, thank you, Nihar. It's a very soulful version and really mesmerizing. It makes the environment like we are in the temple in Baishipahacha. That's so nice. Thank you again. Now, this is right, you are not planning second version, right? So, no problem. So we will move to our next item to briefly introduce our speaker today. Today, we are fortunate to have our speaker, Swami Vairagyananda Giri. He is from VR Yoga Ashram. He is a disciple of Swami Pragyananda Saraswati. And he's basically from Odisha, but now staying in the Kriya Yoga Ashram of Joliet in Illinois, Chicago. And he has been doing this sadhana for many years. I know him for at least 10 years. So today he will talk about Hey Mahabahu, embracing all. So that's the today's topic. With this, I will request Swami Vairagyananda to begin his speech. Swamiji, namaskar. Can you?
Namaskar, Namaskar, Bhaina. Thank you for inviting me to your program. And it is really beautiful to think of Lord Jagannath. And then Nihar was singing this beautiful song. I lived quite a bit, few years in Puri, at least from 2004 till 2010. Again, every year I spent at least few months in Puri, and every day in our ashram, especially in the evening, we would sing the bhajans. So actually that is reminding me beautifully. And when you stay here in Chicago and you don't get that kind of opportunity, I'm very thankful to you for inviting me and to be part of this, the satsang. So, we'll start with a beautiful prayer. So that prayer, you would like to share that screen, Baina?
Yeah.
So you can see on the screen, we'll chant together this beautiful prayer to Lord Jagannath and all the deities.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. So we will sing together these two prayers. Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Namaha Pashupasha Vinashaya Hemakota Cha Paravaraya Nityaya Omkara Trimurtaye Namaha. With eyes closed, let us think of Lord Jagannath, Lord Balabhadra, Ma Subhadra, Chakra Sudarshan. Through these beautiful prayers, let us remember them. Lord Jagannath, who removes all our animalistic tendencies, this is Pashupasha Vinasaya, and who represents the Supreme Almighty Divinity. Also, he represents the Omkara, Omkara Trimurtaye Namaha. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. O Lord Jagannath, let me find you always in my vision, in my life. Pranams to all of you. Once again, thank you for inviting me to your program. So, I would like to start with a small story. Story of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As you know, or you may know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived half of his life in Puri. He lived for 48 years, I think. The last 24 years of his life he spent in Puri. And the kind of experience, divinity he has gone through, it is amazing. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was inside the temple. If you if you have seen the temple inside, many of you have seen, you see when there is Garuda pillar, Garuda stamba, people go and embrace the Garuda stamba. From there, they look to the Lord. And there is a wall nearby. And if you see the wall, there are 3 fingers. There is a little bit of, mark in that, the stone wall. The 3 fingers were from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he would look standing there to Lord Jagannath, that is these 3 mark came. People say that is the 3 mark of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his finger mark. We always go and bow down there. And from there also we look to Lord Jagannath. So one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, looking at the Lord with eyes closed, doing the mental worship, Manasika Puja, he was doing mentally. When we do puja, we do physically, we offer the flowers, fruits, and arati and so on. And he was doing all mentally. And mental is more powerful than doing physically. Physically you may be doing, but your mind may be somewhere else. But mentally, if you do, it is much more focused and concentrated. So he was doing mental worship with eyes closed, like offering the fruits, offering, the arati and various other articles. Then finally he wanted to offer the garland. So the garland was tied up, and mentally, he was offering the garland in Lord's body. Then he found the garland is small, and Lord's body is too big for the garland to put on the neck. Then mentally he was struggling. With his eyes closed, mentally he was struggling quite a bit for some time. While struggling mentally, one person came and touched him. And he said, "Hello, why are you struggling like that? It is very simple. Why don't you just open up the garland? It is easy to offer." And immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu opened his eyes. Who could know my innermost thought? Who could know my mind, what I am doing? And he looked at the person. With that divinity, divine mood, he embraced that person. And people say the impact of their union lasted for 3 days. And that was nothing but Balaram Das, a great devotee of Lord Jagannath. And we know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the way he left his body just merged in the Lord. That is why a lot of people, those who love Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ISKCON group, and many other groups, so they have their heart in Lord, in the temple, in Lord Jagannath. So here, if you think of, we call this Jagannath culture, why Lord Jagannath attracted so many faiths, so many religions, so many saints and sadhus towards him. And from thousands of years, if I tell you some of the names, for example, the 5 types of worshippers, like the Ganapatyas, Shaktas, Sauras, Vaishnavas, the Shaivas, all the Acharyas, like Adisankara, Ballavacharya, and so on. Many tantric groups, Sant Kabir, Tulsi Das, Guru Nanak, Buddhist Jains, right? Muslims like Bhakta Salabek. So many people felt attracted towards Lord Jagannath. Why? Because he is the synthesis of all the cultures put together. So that is a place where there is celebration of diversity. It is diversity, but it is uniquely united together to one place. It is so beautiful, truly beautiful. So here, I'd like to put a thought, in your mind. Think about it. When we look at the Indian culture, the Indian civilization, and if you go to UNESCO website, so they have registered 46 civilizations that existed in the past. Out of 46 civilizations, 45 are dead. They are there just for the namesake. They actually do not exist anymore, the continuity of the civilization. The one civilization that existed, that is the Indian civilization. Then now the question is, why did it survive? Why did it continue for so long? If I think of India over thousands of years, and the people, the Hindus, those lived in that country, they are the most suffered people in the creation, in the world. It will never happen in the future. It has never happened in the past. The kind of killings, the kind of massacres that has happened in India, it has never happened. It will never happen. Millions and millions of people were killed, tortured, and so on. Think of our Lord Jagannath. Those who are from Odisha, I'm sure you know this. I think it was 17 times Lord Jagannath was taken away from the temple to hide it somewhere so that the invaders will not destroy for over 99 years. Now please think about it. Why did this culture survive for so long? Why it did not die like other 45 civilizations? And if you think about it, and you think when a culture dies, a civilization dies, with the civilization they carry so much of knowledge, the information, and when they kill the civilization, everything is gone. Nowadays we are able to practice yoga, meditation, Vedic philosophy. It is because the civilization survived. The whole world, the whole creation is, enjoying the beauty of yoga, meditation. It is because the culture survived. Why did it survive? Just think about it. Who carried this legacy? Right? Unless you feel within in your heart, some civilization just got converted in few years. If I think of Egypt, Iran, Iraq, those countries, Europe, the whole Europe was just changed in few years. But in India, they tried and tried and tried for 1,000 years. And we see nowadays we get to know more about it. But when we know more about it, please do not carry any negativity towards others. That will be a mistake. Who carried this legacy? If you think of Lord Jagannath, people gave up their life. We know the story. Because they felt in their heart. It is not just out of ritual or not just some emotional connection. Emotionally, you may connect for some time. If something happens, goes wrong, you will be out. But if you feel in your heart, if you experience the Lord in your life, no matter how much people will try, you will never give up your faith and trust. Nowadays, we saw this, recently the Ram temple. It is not just a temple, please remember. It is the spiritual renaissance. It is the establishment of the culture. And now, how can we carry this legacy to the future? How can it last for thousands of years? And it is not just for only one country, it is for the whole creation. Right? So India, from the time immemorial, has been playing this role. And you may be hearing nowadays a little more because of the political movement. It is called the Vishwaguru, taking a leading role. And please remember this, you cannot rule over others. You cannot rule over other countries politically or economically. Economically, you may have a lot of money or power. Holding the sword, you cannot rule others. And we know what happened in the past, like Alexander. He wanted to conquer the whole world with the sword. What happened? Whoever has tried in that way, nature, Prakriti, became very hard. Same thing with your own life. In our own life, if we do not cultivate the love, the feeling for others, the nature will take the punishment. And when the nature punishes, no one can be free. And that is what the India played that role. Now the question is, how can I rule over others? Right? When I'm sitting here, this is our Guruji's room, and here on the wall there is a beautiful the quotation in Sanskrit. It says, how to rule over others? It says, Vashi kuryat jagat sarvam vinayana cha sevaya. Vashi kuryat means to rule over others. How? It is said vinaya or seva. Vinaya and seva. Vinaya means the humility. Seva means the serviceful attitude. With that only you can rule over others. And India from the time immemorial has been playing this role. And to teach others, if you really want to rule others, here are the tricks. Cultivate love, humility, serviceful attitude, sadhana. Show that example to others. Same thing in our life. If we want this life to move forward and live a successful life, and these are the means. Through this only you can grow, right? And here in Manusmriti, there is a beautiful verse. And this beautiful verse in Manusmriti that says, it says, Etat desha prasutasya sakashat agrajanmanaha swam swam charitram shiksharan prithivayam sarvamanavaha. So in this, the beautiful, the verse, it says, agrajanmanaha. Agrajanma means one who are born elders. You can say the elders. So people from Bharat, they are the elders. And swam sam charitram shiksharanta, the prithivayam sarva manavaha, all of the creation, all of the people will learn the character and behavior. Right? Now the question is, when we are discussing the Jagannath culture, Are we ready to take up this role? We as the person, as the people, as the group, are we ready to take up this role? Like, think about it. And yes, in the past, we may have suffered. People from Odisha or the whole India, they may have suffered, the politically or economically, they may have experienced some poverty. But that is only last few hundred years. If you go back like 200 years back, before the Britishers came into India, India was the rich. I'm talking economically rich. Yes, spiritually always rich. Economically was the richest nation of the whole world. Right? But you do not look at a country from the resource or the wealth part of it. It is the culture. Now the question is, are we ready to take up this role for the future generation? What kind of life we can live now so that it will be a role model for the future, right? And when you're discussing about the Jagannath culture, of course we remember Odisha. And Odisha, current name is Odisha. It is Utkal. Its name is Kalinga. Do you know why the name is Utkal? Because Utkal, you may know, Utkal was the son of a Dhruva. So it is known as Utkal. Utkal also means Utkrishta Kala. Utkrishta Kala means the rich in culture. That's what the state is. Utkrishta Kala, so many types of, the cultural. And Jagannath temple is the example. Because I have lived there for so many years, I have seen types of rituals that take place. It is truly amazing to see. So Utkal. So here in there is a Purana called Brahmanda Purana. So in Brahmanda Purana you will find this where it says Varshanam Bharata Sreshtaha Deshanam Utkala Smrutaha Utkalasya Samadesa Desa Nasti Mohitale. You will not find a place like Utkal or Odisha currently anywhere in this whole world. That's what it says. Why? It is because Lord Jagannath chose to live in that place. And that is in Odisha, in Puri. So Puri is called the land of Lord Jagannath. So here, we decided he was asking me about the topic. I like the topic Mahabahu. Right? So Lord Jagannath is called Mahabahu. And before we discussed how Lord Jagannath embraces the whole creation. That is why Lord Jagannath attracted all other faith culture into himself. And you will not find this anywhere else. In India, there are different types of deities, God incarnated in different forms. But Lord Jagannath is the one who has attracted all faiths into himself. So he is called Mahabahu. Mahabahu means the arm. But if you look at the photo of Lord Jagannath, he doesn't have the hands. He doesn't have the feet. But he has only this much of the arm. Mahabahu. It is such an interesting concept. And if you start thinking, you will be surprised. It's a mind-boggling, thing. As you focus, concentrate on the concept. No hands, no feet. And that is what when you read the scriptures, that is what you see. Vedantic scripture you see where it says, Apani Pado Jabano Gruhito. The Supreme Almighty Divinity has no hand, no feet. At the same time, when you read the Bhagavad Gita, where Lord himself in Krishna, talking about Aneka Bahu Daravaktra Netram, he has many arms, many hands. many udara, many bellies, and so on. Right? Also you read Sarvatah Panipadam. What does it mean? We say Lord has no hands, no feet, but he said Sarvatah Panipadam. Wherever you see, wherever you look, you will see the feet of the Lord. Right? You are sitting at your home, you are bowing down. Wherever your head is touching, there is the feet of the Lord. And feel that way. When you feel within, when you feel that connection, then wherever you touch, you truly feel, here I am bowing, here I feel the feet of the Lord. Right? So in Odia language, there is a beautiful saying. It's a Namaste Prabhu Jagannatha Jara Sariru e Jagata. I am bowing to the Lord from whom the whole creation has come forward. Right? So Bahu means the arm. Right? So Bahu means Vahana. Vahan means carrying. Right? So who is truly carrying us? Though he has no hands, but he is the one who has embraced us all and carrying our life. Can we feel this? If we can feel this, truly Lord is the one who is carrying our life, your purpose is fulfilled. The purpose you are born in this life is fulfilled. If you can feel within, yes, it is not just only feeling. Inside, you feel the connection. He is the one who is truly taking care of my life. And there are millions and millions of examples. You may have personally experienced something in your life. Here I would like to quote a beautiful verse from the Bhagavad Gita. It is from chapter 9, verse 22. And this is a very famous verse. Yogakshamam vahamyaham. Ananyas chintayantu mam. Ye janaha paripasate tesam nitya vyuktanam yogakshamam vahamyaham. And in this particular verse, if you see, and this particular verse from the Bhagavad Gita, it is almost in the middle, the 18th chapter, 700 verses. This particular verse comes exactly in the middle somewhere. 9th chapter, 22nd verse. So people say this verse is the heart of the Lord. What Lord really wanted to communicate through the Bhagavad Gita, this is the verse. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ye janaha pariyupasate tesham nitya abhiyuktanam yogakshamam vahamyam. What does it mean? So the meaning says, Ananyas chintayanto mam, one who thinks of me. Ananya means no anya, without others, only one. Ananyas chintant means thinking or worshipping, right? Ananyas chintayant mam ye janaha pariyupasate. Upasate means worshipping. One who worships me with one pointed attention. Tesham nitya abhiyuktanam, one who is united with me in the thought, in the activities. Then yogaksamam vahamyaham. Vahami, so here the word bahu or vahami. Vahami means carrying. Lord himself is declaring, I am the one I carry. I carry the responsibilities. I protect the responsibilities of my devotees. Right? So here the word vahami means carrying. When you say carrying, does it mean Lord himself the carrying? But as per the verse, that's what it means. Lord says, I am carrying. I carry the load of my devotees. I come in the physical form to take the load. Right? So here I would like to tell you a beautiful story. story of this person who lived in Puri. And I heard this story from my Guruji. So this story is about a person. He was famously known as Gita Panda. He was a man. Gita, his name became Gita because Gita is a female name, because he was a very famous commentator on the Bhagavad Gita. So people started calling him Gita Panda. Panda is the title. I guess, I think he had a different name. I don't know. So anyways, he was a poor Brahmin living with his wife. So, and very strict in his life. Strict in the sense, the Brahmins, they follow a very strict disciplined life. So what he was doing, every day he would go and collect the bhiksha, the alms, from the people. With that, both husband and wife would cook and eat. Every day he would do that because of the strict disciplined life. So at the same time, he was writing the commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. So that particular day, he was writing commentary on this particular verse. Like Ananyas Chintayantam Mam Ye Janaha Paripaseta Tesam Nitya Yoktam Yogakshamam Vahamyam. He was writing commentary, contemplating writing. So the word Vahami came. Vahana. And he could not digest that, how come Lord carry the load? Maybe this is not the proper word used in the Bhagavad Gita. It's not Vahami, it is Dadami. Dada means giving, Vaha means carrying the load. These are the two differences. What he did, he striked out. Instead of Vahami, he wrote Dadami. And this happened in the evening. With that thought, he went to bed, and next morning he got up. As for the daily habit, he went for begging. And that particular day, he went to many houses. Surprisingly, nobody gave him any bhiksha. What to do? He cannot really ask because of the discipline. And he was kind of sad, not for himself, for his wife, because wife will also stay fast. And while he was wandering for collecting the bhiksha, something strange happened at his home. Wife was inside the home. Somebody came and knocked the door. It was about noon time. And when the wife opened the door, she found a beautiful, cute boy, maybe about 11, 12 years old. And the boy has carried 2 big baskets of some stuff. Then the wife said, "Who are you? And what do you want from me?" Then the boy said, "I have this stuff for you. Please keep it. I have to go quickly." "But who are you? Why do you bring this here?" The boy said, "Don't ask all the questions. I have no time. Keep this. I'm very busy. I have to go." Then she said, "Okay, please come inside." And she found it has full of different groceries, the food items. And she took all the items, kept it, and requested the boy, "Since you have brought all the the food, please stay for some time. I will cook some food for you, eat and go." The boy said, "No, I have no time. I am going." Right? Immediately the boy turned his back and about to move out. Immediately the wife, the Brahmin saw there is a scar mark in the back of that young boy, and there is a little bit of blood oozing out. Then the wife stopped in the pot. She said, wait, what is this in your back? I see a little bit of a scar mark." The boy said, "It is because of her husband," and left quickly. The wife was a little confused and was also angry. Does that mean my husband punished this young boy? And he looked so amazing. I cannot forget his face. And did he punish that young boy? Something. And she was thinking mentally, of course, a little bit upset, but she cooked the food. She cooked the food. And in the evening, the husband was begging, did not find anything, came back home. When he came back home, he called his wife, said, this is the news today. There is no bhiksha. The wife was a little curious, surprised, also upset. What are you talking, no bhiksha? But who is this boy who brought all the stuff and he took your name, you punished? The husband is quite confused. What are you talking? I am not understanding. Please explain what happened. And the wife basically told all the incidents, because husband was not an ordinary person. He was a sadhaka, a seeker, spent his whole life for his own practice. When he heard from wife and started to contemplate, immediately he connected himself to the last night, last evening, what happened. Can you believe? When he connected what happened, because he struck out that Vahami and wrote Dadami to prove Lord himself came. And when he realized the truth, you can imagine the situation of that person. He cried and cried and cried. And he told his wife, "You are so fortunate, you don't know. And I am a sinner sitting at this place." Wife said, "What happened?" Then the husband explained what has happened. It is the Lord who came to our house. But I could not see my Lord. I have been praying for a whole life. I have dedicated this life for him. But there is no darshan for me. Then he said, "Unless I see my Lord, I am not going to eat. You brought the food, but you did not give me a darshan. Unless you give me darshan, I am not going to eat. I'll kill myself like that." Both husband and wife, they ran to the temple, and the husband fell down in front in the Lord, in Jagannath. People say that time he had the vision. He had the vision of the Lord. Like Bahu, one who is ready to embrace. Bahu means one who is ready to carry our responsibilities. Now the thing is, can we feel that Lord is the one who is truly carrying our burden, the load of this life? Right? How to feel? Right? That is where the sadhana is essential. Without sadhana, it is not possible. Yes, you may have some feeling, temporary, some connection, but truly to feel within, there is need for deeper sadhana. That's what is needed in life. Right? So, time is 8:50. I don't know how long I'm supposed to talk. A little bit more thought, then you let me if I need to speak more. I think you told me 30-40 minutes or so. In the beginning, we chanted that beautiful verse. Pashu pasha binasaya hema kutta sthitaya cha paravaraya nityaya omkaraya trimurtaye namah. Right? Trimurtaye namah. That means I am bowing to all the three deities. Lord Balabhadra, Ma Subhadra, and Lord Jagannath. Who are the image of Omkara? Right? You are the embodiment of, or the image of Omkara. Omkara is the primordial sound Om. It says Pashu Pasha Vinashaya. Pashupasa. Pasa means the animal. Pasa means the noose, the bondage. Vinasa means remove. Oh Lord, you are the one who can remove all the noose. I am in the bondage. You are the one, you are the dispeller. You remove that Pashupasha. Right? Then say Hema Kutta Sthitayacha, you remain. Sthita means remain. Where do you stay? In my Kutastha. You are residing in the golden sheath. You are Kutastha. What is Kutastha? Kutastha is a place in the body that does not change. Kutastha. Stha means to stay. Kutta. Kutta. Where is the Kutastha? Kutastha is the place in the body. So people believe the Kutastha is here, in between the two eyebrows. That is called Kutastha. That is why if you read the Bhagavad Gita, you will find this where it says, Prayana kale manasachalena bhaktya yukta yoga balena chaiva bhruvaha madhe. Bhruva means the two eyebrows. Bhruvaha madhe. Pranam abheshya samyak. If you can establish, if you can concentrate your prana, where? In between the two eyebrows. That is called Kutastha. Then what will happen? You experience the divinity in your life. Hema Kutasthitaya cha Paravaryaya Nityaya Omkara Trimurtaya Namaha. Oh Lord, you are the embodiment of Omkara. Right. Here I remember the beautiful teachings of our beloved Guru Deva Hariharananda Ji. He said, Om is A, U and Ma. A, U and M. He said, A is Balabhadra, U is Subhadra, M is Jagannath. A, U, M. So when you say Om, you basically offering your prayer to all the three deities. Right? So, Om, we know about Om. So Om is the primordial sound. It is the mantra. Om is the king of all the mantras. Any mantra you see, in the beginning we see Om. Right? So we love to chant Om. Right? So there are various ways you can chant Om. Right? For example, you can say like one Om, like 1 second. You can continue a little longer, like 5 seconds, like Om, little longer. There is another lengthy version. It is a little bit elongated, which is like 1 Om can last for 15 seconds. Right? So Om. So if you read the Bhagavad Gita where it said, Tasmat Om iti udahritya yajna dana tapakriya. Whenever you perform any activities, so Bhagavata yajna dana tapa, whether you do yajna is not doing the fire ceremony or the homa. Yajna is activities. As per Bhagavad, any activity you do, that is called yajna, or danam, or tapaha. When you do any of this, before that you should say Om. Right? Now, why to say Om? Right? And you chant Om. Because Om is the primordial sound. If you look at the creation, you see that subtle vibration. There is a subtle vibration. That force is the controlling force of the whole creation. Whatever happens in the creation, whether the sun is shining, when the stars are shining, the days coming, night coming, whatever happens in the creation, we look at our life, we are growing, we're digesting the food, the tree is growing, whatever things that happen in the creation, it is because of that subtle force. That is called Om. And when we say Om, when you say a little bit long, you try to imitate that sound. When you try to imitate that sound, and you make the connection to that supreme sound, that controlling force. And if you can connect yourself to that controlling force, that means you become one with that force. That force will take care of all your needs, all your problems and difficulties. Because that force that controls everything, you want to become with that force. Right? For example, if you have children, they don't have any problems because they are part of you as parents. So the child feels, my mother is with me, why should I be worried? It is like that. When you become one with that force, that takes care of all your needs. That Om. So here Om represents all the three deities. But those who do sincere spiritual sadhana, they actually hear, they actually listen to this Om sound. That is the most powerful way to connect. And the moment you concentrate, the moment you focus and you listen to that sound, we chant Om. And this Om is called Anahata Dhvani, Anahata Nada. Anahata means it doesn't stop. No ahata, anahata, non-struck sound. But when you say Om, you have to stop after a few seconds. But when you listen to that sound, it is continuous Anahata Dhvani. And when you continuously hear that inner sound, that is your constant prayer at the feet of the Lord. Right? Omkara Trimurtaye Namaha. Nilamad Bhaina, I really don't know how long I'm supposed to stick because I'm looking at the time. It is late 9 o'clock. So
Yeah, we are almost
I think I should stop here. Thank you so much for your the time and inviting me to speak to some of you. And of course, when I listen beautiful songs, I always connect my time in Puri. It is truly beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there any question? Anyone may have any question? I don't know.
Yeah, we have 5 minutes to ask some questions.
Okay, yeah. If you have any question, you can ask. We can discuss. Either you can write me or you can ask, or whichever way. Right.
Anyone has got any question? I think everybody liked your story, understood the story.
Which story?
Yeah, the story, I think Chaitanya story plus the other story that,
Yes, yeah. Those are there are many beautiful stories like that. But what I'm telling you is, it is the story of our own life.
Yeah.
If you truly connect your life, any moment of time, if you have gone through some real difficulties, and if you have really prayed to God, how we get the support. And if you connect a little bit more and more, so life will evolve much faster.
Right.
And Lord Jagannath is so beautiful. And you see, he embraces all. Why did Lord Jagannath take that incarnation? Because he must have realized, in this incarnation, I embrace all. I have many other incarnations in Rama or Krishna or many other Shiva or whatever. But here I am the one, I embrace all. It is such a beautiful culture. And, those of people from Odisha or the whole India itself, and think of, how can we embrace all, right? So now is the time to open up ourselves. India is going to play a big role. As I said, how? Vinaya and Sheba, cultivate that humility, that love. Through that only we spread ourselves, and that will last long. It is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I think we have no question. Anyone has a question?
Bhaina, I have one question. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Swamiji Pranam.
Pranam.
This is Nihar and I'm from New Jersey only. Very new to you.
Okay, thank you.
I have one question. So you explained about that story, right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
Yes.
who hugged someone, right, with the divine mind.
Yeah, Balram Das.
Oh, he hugged Balram Das itself.
I told the story. Huh?
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so he hugged Balram Das.
Okay, that was one of my questions. So I thought he hugged itself the Lord Jagannath. Okay, so
No,
thank you.
This particular story, when he was doing the mental worship, standing outside by the Garuda pillar. So because he was struggling mentally, how can I offer this garland that is tied up?
Yeah.
Right. And
Mhm.
while doing a while struggling mentally, that's why Balram Das came and touched him. So why are you struggling like this? Open it up and offer. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, who could know my thought?
Okay, and I have one follow-up question, right? So, and when you say it lasted for 3 days,
3 days, yeah.
can you please put more lights, like what happened to those 3 days? I mean,
See, yeah, it is a very simple way. If you look at your own life, sometimes if you really like something, if something touched your heart, you want to cherish a little bit longer.
yes,
You want to keep that feeling within for a little bit longer. Think of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could change anyone with his mere touch. And if you read the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Jagai Madhai, there are many stories like that. Just with touch, he could change the life of the person. And in this particular case, Balram Das was not an ordinary person. When he hugged him, so what people said is, they remained in that place for 3 days, no food, nothing, in that divine ecstasy. People knew them also. So in the sadhana of someone's life is when someone experiences, a little bit deeper meditation, or you can say the stages of samadhi. People do not come out; they stay there for few days. So you think in that this is bhava samadhi. They remained in that that mood, that environment for 3 days. And it is not a big thing. You can truly feel. If you do a little bit of, inner sadhana, the moment you feel your mind is very focused, concentrated, because we cannot concentrate because mind is restless. Why the mind is restless? Because the mind wants to depend on something. For example, this morning, your mind may be restless to come to the talk. Now, when you sit in the talk, mind may be restless now because you want to do something else. Because the mind wants to rest on something. That is why we have created so many dreams in the life. But the moment mind is focused at one place, please understand that, and you can feel it. You will not look for anything. That is how it is. That is, let all our focus how to remove the restlessness from the mind. And if you can truly do that, that is the real worship at the feet of the Lord. Okay.
sure. Thank you so much, Swamiji.
Thank you. I hope I see some. Okay, maybe more questions. Okay, these are not questions. How to go deeper into our sadhana? There is a question, Abha, I guess, yeah. How to go deeper into our sadhana? Swamiji, please guide how to remove restlessness. Yeah, they're talking about how to go deeper into our sadhana. And it is a beautiful question. I think this is the question for all of us. We all should think about it. Because without sadhana, life will not improve. Right? When you think of sadhana, any kind of sadhana you may do. Right? First of all, you dedicate some time from every day. Every day, dedicate some amount of time for your sadhana. This much of time, I will do my sadhana. Life is nothing but the habits. Different types of habits have created this life. And if you think of ourselves, 95% of our activities, 95, are because of the habit. So many things we do without engaging our conscious mind. Many things we do, and that is 95%. Every day you get up early in the morning till you go to bed, most of the activities are we do not really engage our higher mind or the conscious mind. Right? So the habit. So now when you dedicate a specific time for your sadhana, that will be another habit. Right? When you dedicate for some time, and now the question is, what kind of sadhana you do? Right? So there are different types of sadhana exist. Right? So the best form of sadhana is if you find a teacher who can teach how to do sadhana. So accept some specific type of sadhana, and the second is dedicate some time. The third thing is to bring some discipline. Without cultivating discipline, then we will not grow. That is when you read the Yoga Sutra Patanjali, in Patanjali says, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. He said, what is yoga? Yoga means anushasana, means a discipline. You please discipline your life. Now the question is, what kind of discipline? Right? Bhagavad Gita says you bring discipline in 4 aspects. Yukta hara, viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapna bhavadasya yoga bhavati dukkha. So these are the discipline. Right? Yukta ahara, discipline in the food habit. Yukta bihar means the enjoyment. So beauty and the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita does not say you don't do this. You eat good food, but in balance. You enjoy the life, but balance. Right? You sleep, balance. When you get up, balance. Yukta karmasu, whatever activities you do, bring certain discipline. When you bring the discipline in the life, that means you are preparing yourself to go deeper into something. Am I right? So please try to do this, otherwise the thing is, when you do not realize the time, suddenly you see like, most part of life is gone. Right? And in the beginning, I was talking of the Indian culture. The culture survived for so long. It is because of the sadhana only. It is not just the outer connection. Because people did sadhana. When you do sadhana, when you feel, when you have the experience, no one can change you. Let we approach in that way. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think these are
No more questions. Should I go?
You have one more question?
No more questions, I guess.
Okay, no more. Okay, sorry, thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for asking question, and thank you, Swamiji, for answering all the questions very nicely. Hope people got what they expected. With this, we will conclude our program. This program again, we will talk on next month. It's March 16th. So that's our 3rd Saturday. So we will have next satsang on March 16th. Please try to join. With this, again, Swamiji, बहुत धन्यवाद for giving us some time to talk about the very good topic, Mahabahu, embracing all. That is the reality. He is the Lord who embraced everything. And one good thing you mentioned, which I always think that's correct, it's the only civilization standing tall in all over the world for so long time. That's very, very true, because of its power and strength and value for the human, right? With this, we will proceed to our next item is to give vote of thanks. I request Sushant Deo. Sushant, are you there?
Yeah, Neil, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Jai Jagannath. Namaskar to all devotees of Lord Jagannath who have joined us today. Mo Sushant Deo from Chicago. I've been part of the volunteer committee at SJGC since the last 6 years, and it's an honor to be associated with this divine cause. I, on behalf of SJGC, would like to extend my sincere thanks to Swami Vairagyananda Giri for spending time with us today and talking to us about embracing all about Lord Jagannath. It was really an engaging discussion, taking elaborate examples from history of civilizations to the story of Gita Panda to the story of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and how God came to the doorsteps of Gita Panda disguised as a child. That it just shows how grateful our God is, right? And the very meaning of Om was also very well explained. The subtle vibrations, the bringing the controlling force of the universe, all of that was explained very well, Swamiji. Thanks for that. And especially for me, the takeaway, the example that you gave about how a child is fearless and has no problems because he feels protected by his parents. He's basically careless. He thinks, okay, for anything that I do, my parents are there. Why do I worry? And if we just extrapolate that thought and try to relate it to the bigger Lord or the supreme sound, supreme power, that really makes sense, right? If we give in to them, then there is nothing for us to worry about. And that's how life should be. We are trying to get there, hopefully, with gurus like you and the discourses that we hear from you, life will be simple. And I do agree with you on the fact that 95% of what we do today is just habits that we have formed for ourselves. No one has told us. We just get up, we do our work, we go to office, we do this. So it's all habit. We hardly use our higher conscious mind. So I definitely agree with that. And thanks for enlightening us on that. So again, thanks Swami Vairagyananda Giri for spending time with us today and sharing your experiences journey. It's truly mystically mysterious is what I will say, our Lord Jagannath. I would also like to thank Mr. Nihar for the mesmerizing and soulful version for our Lord, beloved Lord Jagannath. Today, we have had many devotees joining us from around the globe. Thank you everyone for joining this event. Your presence and participation helps us and motivates us. Special mention to the following people who have helped us organize the event today. Neil Bhai for the introductions and helping us organize this. Surja for being the coordinator of the seamless Zoom meeting. And all the volunteers from across the globe without whom this event would not have been possible today. So as Neil Bhai mentioned in the beginning of the this thing, we have been doing this for the last 2 years. This was the 26th of many such spiritual discussions. We shall share the details of next month's topic and speaker shortly. Please stay connected with us and join us for more such enlightening discussions in future. And it goes without a saying, as with any religious organization, we need help from our devotees to grow and spread the cause of Sri Jagannath awareness around the world. Please help us in any way which form you can. Our temple details will be flashed on the screen below. And thank you everyone. Jai Jagannath. Over to you, Neil Bhai.
Thank you, Sushant. Now, next thing is our Santi part. We do, before ending this, we do a Santi part to conclude the program. So I have some Santi mantras on the screen. If we all can recite that, that would be great, along with me. And for, for your support, there is 2 QR codes here. If you can take it, that will be even much helpful. So now we'll do the Santi part. Let's chant together. Om Jagannath Mahavishnu Balabhadra Sadasivan Subhadra Brahmasakti Pranamami Punaha Punaha Jagannath Swami Nayanapatagami Bhavatu Me. Om Asato Ma Sadgamayo Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamayo Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Santi Santi Santi. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuchachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamiva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Jai Jagannath. With this, again, thank you. And we will meet again March 16.
Thank you all.